means a lot to me that you've tuned in, so thank you, really. Now, I'm wearing red today, not because of the Cardinals. I mean, they're off to a slow start, we'll see. But because it's Palm Sunday weekend. And with this, we begin Holy Week. A friend of mine said I should tell everybody about a dream I had about Holy Week. And it was kind of vivid, and Jesus appeared to me. And Jesus wanted to know about, how we talked about this week and even the terms we use. And I said, well, we call the day that you rose from the dead, we call that Easter Sunday. The day before, we call Holy Saturday. I go, this day where you entered into Jerusalem and people placed palm branches before you. And I said, we call that Palm Sunday. Then Jesus said, in that day when I was betrayed and then beaten and carried my cross and died on that cross, what do you call that? I said, Bad Friday? A word about Holy Week. I gave, kind of a description last week, but a number of people have recommended that I give time, length as well, for anyone who might want to bring children. On Holy Thursday, my favorite Mass of the year, if I'm allowed to have one, where we bring in the oils blessed by the bishop, where we wash the feet of a number of people one at a time. I say a little bit about them, and then process, which is just a stunning, moving ceremony. I hope you joined us, at least online, if you can't be here in person. And then we invite people to process to Father Dowling Hall with the Blessed Sacrament, where people can come by and pray till midnight. That took an hour and 10 last year, so maybe an hour and 15. The Stations of the Cross I'll lead that I wrote on Good Friday at 3, that was about 35 minutes. The main Good Friday service, which Father Leo leads, which includes the proclamation of the Passion and the veneration of the cross, an hour and 11, so maybe an hour and 15-ish. And then on Holy Saturday, our main service, we have readings that begin in the darkness at 7 as we gather. So starting from 7:30, where we switch gears and kind of begin the ceremony. From there till the end was about an hour and 45 minutes. It'd be a little bit less this year, probably, maybe because we have less people being baptized. It's stunning. We gather in darkness. We light the Easter fire. We pass the flame one to another. We watch grown-ups be baptized, underwater, confirm. It seems to certainly at least move for people. And then on Easter Sunday, our services are at 7:30, 9:30, and 11:30. It moves well, and it seems to be moving for folks. Now, for the proclamation of the Passion this year, I'm going to give a little intro to it. We'll utilize the version that we did 3 years ago when we had this same gospel story, because we've not yet had a chance to record that. But I want to give a way to think about this story and what it calls from us. Again, thanks for joining. In the novel Goodnight, Vienna, a 12-year-old girl named Gretchen is living in Vienna just before the Nazis come to power. Gretchen has an unusual musical talent. Though she struggles to read and write, she can listen to a piece of music once and play it flawlessly on the piano. When the Nazis take over Austria, Gretchen is at risk. A young woman named Katja is tasked with finding a way to get Gretchen out of Austria. Now, a doctor befriends them and forges passports for them to get into Hungary. They agree to take the doctor's sister, Shulamit, with them. And now Shulamit has, because of some issues with her spine, is confined to a wheelchair. And when Shulamit gets to know Gretchen, she realizes what a musical talent Gretchen has. And the two bond over their love of music and develop a friendship. All goes well until they reach the Hungarian border. Gestapo guards board the train and begin to scrutinize every passport. They've been tipped off to look for Gretchen. Now, they didn't know her name. They just know that they are to look for a 12-year-old girl traveling with a woman. The three are about to be arrested when suddenly Shulamit, from her wheelchair, begins ridiculing the guards for not realizing that she was Jewish. And then she says, and I'm going to kill Hitler. She starts telling about her plans to kill Hitler. I mean, the guards immediately wheel her off the train in her wheelchair, completely forgetting about Katya and Gretchen. Gretchen can't believe what just happened. Katya says, I think she planned all along to do that if she saw that you were in danger. Gretchen sobs, I can't even thank her. Katya replies, I think she knows you will thank her with everything you do in your life. I think she knows you will thank her with everything you do in her life. In just a moment, we will once again hear the phenomenal story of the Passion of Jesus Christ, the awful story, the frightening, inspiring, heartbreaking, beautiful story in which we are the ones for whom someone sacrifices their life. And the question is, how will we respond? How do we respond to such a sacrifice, to such a love? I think that all we can do is to thank God by how we live going forward. When Gretchen sobs, I can't even thank her, Katya says, I think Shulamit knows you will thank her with everything you do in your life. It would be the only right response from us as well. At the end of the Passion, there'll be 30 seconds of silence. We would do well to use that time to reflect on how we would want to live going forward as people redeemed by such a phenomenal sacrifice. How will we thank God with our lives going forward?